Hello, baby. Hello, Nancy. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey, everybody. It's episode 158 of The Brick Sanity Show. And Mark's here.
Yes,
Mark's
I
always
am.
here. Mark's our resident talker guy.
I like to talk, and Jay said he needs someone else to talk, and so we thought that was a natural fit.
Yeah, I tried the whole monologue episode type of thing. Doesn't work. It's very awkward.
There are people out there that can do a show by themselves. They're called professionals. We're not.
Yeah, I've listened to shows where they do that, and some people can. I am not one of those people.
Some people are really good, like, not that I don't like his political views, but Rush Limbaugh is amazing at doing, like, an entire show by himself. And if you listen to him, he's pretty entertaining. Like, if you don't really care much about what he's saying, he's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how hard it is to do that, though. Because I had one episode where I had, like, a whole bunch of things planned out, but without somebody, like, interjecting, I blew through everything in, like, 10 minutes, and it was supposed to be, like, an hour episode.
If you're taking callers, I can see, like, well, you're some interaction, but, like, Rush doesn't even take callers, really.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to do it. I would just be, like, the whole time be like, and that's what's happening. So I ate a potato earlier with dinner. I think potatoes are an undervalued side dish.
And this is why we have co-hosts.
Jay's been trying to make our show bigger and badder. I have to keep telling Jay, all we have to do is do a Super Bowl commercial, and our show, the downloads will increase dramatically. But Jason wants to go the not paying millions of dollars route, which I don't know why. I mean, like, doesn't anyone have millions and millions of dollars just sitting around?
By badder, you mean the slang badder as in better, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyhow, so I said, Jay, the step one, win the lottery. Step two, Super Bowl commercial. Step three, our show is really, really popular.
So I bought a Powerball ticket.
But Jay, what have you been doing lately to get the show bigger?
Well, I won $100 worth of Google AdWords, and that seems like a big scam.
So Google AdWords, that's when I do a Google search, the ones that come up on the top, right?
Right, they have the ads up top, and every time you click on it, it costs me $1. And there's also, like, there's regular where it shows up in searches, and then they have this display network where they say it shows up in, like, YouTube or, other places, but they don't tell you where, and then you just see you spending all this money. So in 3 days, I had spent, like, $43, and I had no idea where these people were finding that from. So I X'd off of that because I want to at least see how people are coming to the site. Yeah,
I mean, I guess, like, there's like, oh, you spend a bunch of money. I guess is that how Google became really expensive? Really, like they make all their money, or like, they're like, hey, big company, you just spent $100,000. How? You did. People search for it. Here's your bill.
Yeah, it's on our display network. Just that's it. No details. It's just our display network.
Like, so, sometimes like you do a search. Let's say you do a search for Target. Mm-hmm. Target.com would come up. Mm-hmm. And then you would see, like, the pay ad for Target.com, and then the below in the first search would be Target, because Target's a popular website. Mm-hmm. And I'll see that if it's a company I don't like, I'll be like, I'm going to make Target pay for this. I could click on the one that's from the pay ad.
Yeah, you could do that. And it'll, well, depending on what keyword it is, it could actually cost a lot of money, too.
Yeah, I mean, I could screw over some, like, companies I don't like.
Because apparently there's one rare keyword that I'm not going to say because it cost me $2.81, and other ones cost me 99 cents.
Why don't you keep the $2 one a secret by telling it on the show? What is it? Come on, just say it.
It is internet radio, apparently.
That one's... I would think that'd be a popular one.
Yeah, I guess it's popular, so...
The thing is, if anyone knew what Brick Sanity was, they wouldn't search internet radio because we're not an internet radio show. We're a podcast.
Yeah, I just added a whole bunch of random keywords.
What about podcasts? Is there anything like that?
I didn't just put podcasts because I figured there's a billion for there.
Well, what do you think like a porn site, just like along the lines of things that like would be popular, like the word sex? How much does that cost to be like a Google keyword?
Oh, forget it. That's probably like $5 a click.
That's got to be at least.
I don't know how companies are profitable spending this much money. I mean, I set this up before the last episode, and it already said I spent $71.
Well, I don't think a lot of like small companies can do that in Google.
Yeah, even big companies though, like I don't know, like McDonald's is on every commercial break for every single show on every single channel. Like they must be spending hundreds of millions of dollars. Like it just boggles my mind how you can be profitable doing that.
Well, you know, McDonald's makes billions of dollars. And I'm not talking about like McDonald's worldwide. I'm talking about the McDonald's like down the block makes $1 billion.
Okay, what about something like I don't know, Geico?
They make a lot of money.
Apparently more than I can even comprehend because...
I mean, this is well beyond anything you can comprehend. Their budgets for advertising are probably like $100 million.
Yeah.
Or $40 million, something insane.
No,
yeah,
it's
Geico
probably
has,
like $100 million.
Geico like has like 4 different like lines of commercials too.
Yeah, they do. They're all terrible.
Well, they got a TV show out of one of them.
Oh my god. How did that get greenlit? A caveman?
Wait, hang on. We're doing the reviews of the TV shows on now, and you're saying, how did the Caveman show get greenlit? Because they were like, ooh, we'll save Grimm for next year.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, by the way, I'm done. I canceled Terra Nova. I can't handle it anymore.
What happened? I gave up on Terra Nova. So what happened last episode?
You've been making me watch these terrible episodes, and you haven't even been watching?
I asked you earlier in the week, was it worth watching? And you were like, eh.
Yeah, and then this week's was even worse. There's no dinosaurs. There really isn't. They throw in like one scene throughout the episode that has nothing to do with the rest of the episode just so they could say there was dinosaurs. Like at the beginning of the last episode, the main guy and like the guy with the beard are like fishing, and he reels in like a huge computer animated fish. And that was the only dinosaur in the entire episode.
Oh, God. You know, the thing of the show is also, it's a really expensive show. Mm-hmm. And so every episode costs so much, they're saying the show, like, can't last because the episodes are so expensive. And so, you know what they should do instead to save money? Mm-hmm. Instead of showing, like, computer animated dinosaurs, like, anytime they want to show a dinosaur, just show a clip from Jurassic Park.
Or Land of the Lost, a much better show.
Yeah, but the Jurassic Park ones will look more realistic than the Land of the Lost ones.
It would be really funny if they just looked terribly cheesy.
If it was just like a kid's dinosaur toys.
They just make claymation dinosaurs.
It was just like a sticker.
I mean, the show's stupid anyway. They might as well.
It's a really dumb show.
I don't know. It had so much potential. I even liked the pilot episode, but...
Well, this is the show also you thought looked stupid, and I was like, well, let's watch it. They show about dinosaurs. That would be fun to watch. And it's not even about dinosaurs.
No, then they're like, you know what? It's really hard to write dinosaurs into every episode. What if we just forgot about the whole dinosaur thing? And we, you know, those medical dramas are really popular. We'll just have the wife solve every single problem with her science.
Yeah, they kind of like just do like a Grey's Anatomy with dinosaurs.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what they should do? Like, they should make it like she operates on dinosaurs. The dinosaur, oh my God, he fell sick. How is she going to help this Tyrannosaurus Rex out?
Well, one guy tried to get drunk off of some root, and it made some sort of ancient bug in his stomach. So she had to operate on that. So she kind of operated with a dinosaur involved. That was like 2 episodes ago.
Oh my God, I think I'd kill myself during these shows. This is like awful.
It's really bad. They try to advance the story one episode, and then the next episode it'll just be like one of those one-off episodes that has nothing to do with the main plot. And then the next episode they'll have a little teaser again. But it's like it's moving so slow, and there's only 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's got to be more than halfway at this point.
It is. But
you know, there's one of those things where like it gets canceled, and the writers are like, "Damn it, we should have advanced the plot one of the episodes."
Yeah, you know all those ideas we had, and we just kept stalling. Maybe we should have done one of those.
So we figure we'll air the show, not do anything about dinosaurs. People will be hooked. It'll be the highest rated show in television. Everyone will be so excited for that one episode we talk about dinosaurs. Yeah, it's really, really, really terrible. I can't believe how bad a show is. It's about dinosaurs. 'Cause you figure if you're going to do a show about dinosaurs, at least you can have some really cool action. Especially if you're going to spend all that money, you can have every episode you fight a dinosaur. And I don't mean those stupid little like dinosaur like the ones that are like kind of the size of a person. What were they?
The Velociraptors? Or?
Yeah, that's boring. Fight a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex every episode. I'd be hooked.
Yeah, it's almost like this series finale is just going to be like, holy shit, there's dinosaurs on this island.
You know what? It's also like this should they just merge the shows. Like just do the Grimm show also with this. Like have like dinosaurs and have the Grimm people find the fairy tales also.
Isn't that like what True Blood is? There's like vampires and werewolves and fairies and I think necromancers.
I didn't really watch that show.
It's so bad. It
sounds really bad to me.
And every season they introduce a new thing. So next season's probably going to be Frankenstein's.
There aren't a lot of Frankenstein movies out there. That's not popular with the kids.
Yeah, it's almost like a zombie movie.
It'd be funny if like the girl they have like it becomes like a teen thing, and like the girl the 16-year-old girl is like, oh my god, you're so amazing, I love you so much, you came into my life, and he's like, I've got to tell you something, Sarah. What's that? I'm actually Frankenstein. Oh, that makes sense. Why none of your body parts match at all?
And you have those two big plugs in your neck.
Yeah. Oh, and you're green. I didn't know why you were green.
Then some other guy would come out. No, I'm Frankenstein. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I watched your, what was it, Invader Zim?
Yeah.
I only watched the first episode. The first episode was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. But actually, I watched a little of the second episode. It was kind of funny. But I loved the part I really liked was... So Invader Zim, it's a show about like this alien who invades Earth and tries to like fit in, basically. And he's going to try to like get information to like take over Earth. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So anyhow, he pretends to be like a school age kid and goes to class and like tries to fit in. And immediately one kid's like, "He's an alien! He's an alien!" And you start screaming, "He's an alien!" And everyone's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? He's green. None of us are green." Oh, what are you talking about?
They're like mad at him for being insensitive, like he's being racist.
He's like, I have a skin condition. But you don't have ears. That's part of my skin condition.
Yeah.
I had to admit that was really funny. Because it's great. They go around the classroom. Everyone's like, oh, new kid, whatever. Kids are kind of bored, whatever. And this one kid just freaked out and pointing like
totally bugging out.
Alien.
Yeah, no, it's a good show.
What channel was this on?
Nickelodeon. That's why it got canceled, because it was way too creepy for a Nick show.
It does seem in the second episode, like I guess they have two cartoons within the first half-hour show.
Yeah.
And I only watched the first half hour. The first half hour was about he hears someone say, "Oh, that guy has no friends. That's like inhuman." And so he's like, "Oh my god, I got to fit in. I got to get a friend." And then he tries out these like nerdy kids, and then one of the nerdy kids becomes like a stalker.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
That was really funny too.
He makes all the potential friends go through like trials, and he like sets one on fire.
He sees how they absorb water.
He keeps rubbing their face in puddles.
It's actually pretty funny, yeah. And he's like, because he like goes to the school, like he shows everyone he has a friend, and they get back to the friend walks him home. And he's like, I am done with you. Everyone thinks I have a friend now. Go away. Yeah. But the friend stalks him from there.
Yeah,
the friend won't stop calling. Then the friend shows up, makes some waffles. It's better written than anything else I've watched recently.
Yeah, no, it's a really good show. Yeah, I was wondering how it even got... That one ended up on Nick. It's written by a guy who writes a comic called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. So that's why it's a little twisted, I guess.
Oh.
Anyway,
I guess that one's not coming to Nickelodeon anytime soon.
Yeah. I also stopped watching Whitney, finally.
You and the rest of America.
Yeah, every episode is exactly the same.
What was the last episode about? Hang on. Let me guess. So, in the last episode, he hit on a girl in front of her, and she like gave him not a girl. He wouldn't. He was doing something with the guys, and he wouldn't include her, and she got mad.
Very close, actually.
Oh, good. I didn't watch it. What was it?
He mentioned before they were dating that he used to play. He used to do all sorts of things like play poker and play racquetball, and so she wanted to get involved with something he used to do. So they went to play racquetball together, and she was terrible.
Well, that sounds realistic, at least.
But then at
Because
the
all
end,
their shows, the woman would suddenly like beat the guy, and the guy would be like, "I've been playing for 10 years. This is the first day, but I guess we're on a TV show, so she should win."
well, at the end, she was like, "Well, it's not like it's basketball or anything." And then like they played basketball, and she was really good, and she beat the crap out of him.
Oh, okay. That sounds realistic.
Every episode is just like, "Oh, we have an argument, and then we're going to take the disagreement way too far." And my supporting cast is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So we're down to just American Horror, which is fine.
Yeah, we were down to American Horror, and we adopted Walking Dead. And
Yeah. I guess next episode we can go over the differences because I brushed up a little, so now I know like what the differences were.
well, hang on, let's just cover American Horror, then I want to talk about Walking Dead. American Horror, it's actually still been really good. Actually, it's one of my favorite things I see on TV. Like like anything of new TV, the best thing on there.
Yeah, it's actually very good.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like every episode that reveals stuff, you have to kind of figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like if you're not watching it, it's really hard to describe, but it's good and people should watch it.
Yeah, I don't know what we're up to. Like we had the, I don't know where we even left off, but like they had the Halloween episode where like, so I guess it seems like the house. Okay, the daughter has a crazy boyfriend who's also a patient. It seems like the crazy boyfriend shot up his school back in the like 30 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it is, and doesn't know and then he was shot by the police, but he doesn't know he's dead, so he still thinks he's alive, and doesn't realize he actually killed everyone.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then the house itself, like I guess if you die by the house, you're stuck in like this weird like world, basically.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is.
You're like stuck in the basement.
Yeah, because the girl went to the basement and there was like 40 ghosts down there.
And then the retarded girl died. She got hit by a car, and then the mom like talked to her through. The thing with the guy when he was the crazy boyfriend guy who shot the school. He did that only after he actually lived in the house, and so the house like overcomes you and makes you dark.
Yeah, which would be interesting because I think it's starting to happen to the husband on the show.
I thought it was happening to the daughter. The daughter's like trying to be the house trying to take over the daughter. You don't think?
I think it's kind of like a Shining type of thing where the house is going through the daughter, making the dad the crazy one.
You know what they had a cool thing? So they added so the guy from Modern Family, the big fat gay guy, was on.
Yeah, he was good.
And he said he was like his big fear was like children's like urban legends, and one of the urban legends was like the Candyman one. Mm-hmm. You look in a mirror and say Piggy Wiggy or Mr. Piggly. Piggy. And a guy who like was a crazed serial killer who like wore a pig mask will slice you up. And so like eventually he gets the nerve to do it in his own house, and he does it. And then some dude like shoots him who had been robbing the place and was like, "Why'd he call me Piggy?" It was kind of really funny.
Yeah, that was good.
It was so like unexpected because you knew something bad was going to happen, but you had no idea it was just going to be some random dude just shoots him. That's a quality show. I don't know. Like I'm curious. I don't know how they do a second season or what they do. I think you have to do a whole new family.
I think they're. Well, I don't think they even know how the season's going to end, but I read an article saying they were debating just killing the whole family and having a new one next season.
It'd be interesting to see if they killed them like during the show, like if like only one of them survives.
That would be your dream, having the whole cast die.
Well, at least like having 2 of the 3 of them die, so you don't know who's going to live.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on most shows, like on Whitney, if they all got like killed, I would be very happy. But in this show, it'd be interesting to see who like if they like don't like do like. I guess who would you have as a survivor? Would you have it to be the wife, the husband, or the daughter?
Either the wife or the husband.
Yeah, I think the daughter might be the survivor.
You couldn't have the daughter survive and then have her just living in a house alone or whatever. What are you going to bring in, like an aunt?
Well, or maybe like she goes to live in an orphanage. No, she's pretty old to be in an orphanage.
I know the old lady next door is Diane Lane. Is that the Diane Lane that was like smoking hot for a long time? Or is that a different Diane Lane?
I have no idea. It could be.
You know the one from Unfaithful?
No, I don't know what Unfaithful is.
Oh, you got to watch that. It's a good movie.
What is that?
It's about like a woman who cheats on her husband, and he kind of loses it a little bit.
I don't think it's the same person, as I'm looking at her credits, and I do not see American Horror.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought it was this. She's from 6 Feet Under or something.
No. That's not Diane Lane. Okay, never mind.
The next door neighbor we're talking about, right?
Yeah. She's not from 6 Feet Under. The maid is from 6 Feet Under.
Oh yeah, the maid's from 6 Feet Under. I guess. Well, let's see. It's Constance, right? Jessica Lange, not Diane Lange.
Oh, that's why it doesn't look like her. Okay.
Yeah, but she's pretty famous. She's been in a lot of things.
Okay. I get it. I get names.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyhow, so American Horror. Nothing more to say except for it's the best new thing on TV, and one of the better shows on TV in general.
Yep. So now that we're down to one show, we could stop bothering you every episode with TV reviews.
Are you caught up in American Horror?
Yes.
Okay. Why is American Horror so much worse this season than last season? Not American Horror. Sorry. Walking Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's like you're like, didn't we just talk about this, Mark?
Yeah. Well, for Walking Dead, the first season they kind of went by the comic a lot.
Yeah.
And then in the second season, they decided to take all the exciting parts out of the comic and just have Rick's wife bitch for 20 minutes an episode.
Are you caught up? Have you watched Sunday's episode?
No, I didn't watch Sundays. I watched whatever, like the first 5 episodes, though.
Okay. So first off, I am waiting for them to find that little girl dead already so we can move on with the plot.
Yeah, that wasn't in the book.
I can't stand this thing with the little girl.
Why would
my
they
God.
stretch
This girl,
that out for
basically,
6?
she runs away, and they spend like they spend the entire season. It looks like they're gonna like look for the girl.
Yeah, for like 6 hours, they're just of TV time. They're just like looking for a girl in the woods.
I wish you'd watch Sunday. Something good happened on Sunday, actually.
Okay, well that's good.
I'm not gonna tell you, but it's like at the end of the episode, so you don't. I'm not gonna know until next week what actually
Of course.
But something good does happen.
Let me guess. It's like 43 minutes of boring, and then something exciting happens in the last second.
Yeah, I was like, this is just a terrible episode, and then it gets good at the end.
That's the formula for True Blood. You'll just be like asleep on the couch for 40 minutes, and then something will happen at the very end, and they'll wrap it up within the first 45 seconds of the next episode, and then you're bored again for 40 minutes.
Oh, I was reading somewhere. This is major, actually, what happened. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I read some review of the episode, and they said this is big. This will be big for the going forward.
Okay.
So, but I can't tell you because you haven't watched the stupid episode.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it tonight when we're done with this.
What's the difference? So, what's the difference between the show, the show and the comic?
Okay. Well, basically, all that happened this season for the first 5 episodes is some zombies came, they hid. The little girl ran away and got lost, and they've been looking for her ever since, right? And then
and the boy got shot.
And the boy got shot, and then they dragged that out for 4 episodes.
They met the people at the house who, like, the guy who's like a doctor who, like, or actually there's a veterinarian who, like, got to help the boy.
Right, but they dragged that out for like 4 episodes too.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess in that time span in the book,
the book,
Rick's wife tells Rick that she's pregnant. So that didn't even happen in the show yet, unless that happened on yesterday's episode.
Yeah.
And he kind of suspects it's from Shane, but he doesn't really want to say anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to know, basically. So then they find this like gated community, and there's like no zombies walking around, so they all move in, and then
this is what's coming up in the comic.
That's what's coming up in the comic?
Yeah. No, what you're saying.
No, this is what happened already. They skipped the whole thing. While they were looking for the girl in the woods, this is what happened in the comic.
What happens?
And so they all move into the gated community, and then apparently, like, one of the buildings had all the zombies in it. I guess somebody corralled them in it, and they broke loose, and they ripped a couple people's faces off, and then they had to move out because it was kind of like overrun.
Yeah.
And then...
Why do they have all the zombies in one little area?
Probably because they were... I don't know. I don't remember.
Don't they even explain this in the comic?
Yeah, I don't remember. This is like issue 9, and I'm on like 84.
Yeah.
Anyway, they break loose, they kill everybody, and then they run away. And then Rick's son gets shot, and they go to the farm. And it's about 3 pages, not 4.5 hours of TV time, where he sews Rick's son up, and then they move along again.
Yeah.
And then something in the farm. Well, I don't know if they're going to do this on the show or not, so I don't know if I should.
Just tell me.
They have the guy, the veterinarian guy.
Yeah.
He is against killing any of the zombies because he thinks maybe that they'll find a cure and they could be put back to humans.
Yeah.
So whenever any zombies wander onto the farm, he's locking them in the barn. So, him and Rick have like a huge argument, and then another zombie comes, and the guy catches it and tries to put it in the barn, and I guess one of the zombies learned to hide behind the door. So as he opens the door, they start breaking free.
Yeah.
A couple more people die, and then they get into a big argument, and half of them leave and half of them stay at the farm.
Okay, so I don't know why I watch this show anymore.
So that's a lot more interesting than what actually happens on the show. The only thing they took from the book is Glenn hooking up with the farmer's daughter.
Yeah.
And Rick's son getting Rick's cowboy hat. So 2 1 second things is what they took out of the first 5 hours of the show.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, all that other stuff that I just said, they removed all that, and they're looking for a girl in the woods.
You know what they should do? On a totally separate note, because Walking Dead, whatever. They should do a TV show based around Penn State football. Apparently, that's really interesting.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the NBA lockout movie.
Did you hear that the guy the sex offender, whatever, the guy that raped the boys, the guy he hired as his lawyer, that lawyer, impregnated an underage girl and married her. They're like, how could you pick the one lawyer who slept with a 16-year-old?
Wow, that is crazy.
And they were saying what if the lawyer just gets out there and just his whole defense is Nambla's right.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We got some voicemails to play.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
I need a garage door opener for my balls.
What?
What the fuck? I don't like the smell that usually forms down there if I go for a couple days without washing.
I'm proud of you.
It smells like onions wrapped in asshole.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Hey, Dad, remember that one time I got that cock stuck in my ass?
He just went over legs and arms.
In a truck not too hard to locate, featuring painted images of a peeled banana, the exposed pot shaped like a condom, and a shirtless man saying, "I protect myself." To you.
What kind of fucking question is this? I'm the host of the show, and I get put down on every episode.
I love you, Tim.
John is a man of God.
Shed his precious blood.
Shed his precious blood.
And died.
And died.
Oh, my sin. And now the 3 guys that taught your mom that thing you like. It's Minor Detail.
MinorDetailPodcast.com.
Let's cut to the chase. I'm DJ, and I do a little something called the Green Light Show. Now, I want you to be a fan of the show, so I'm making you listen to this sample. And these girls, they think, oh, as long as I show off my tits, I'm fat. I'll wear this skin-tight shirt and show off all my tits.
Yeah, I see
That'll look real good.
I see that a lot actually, and it's rather disgusting.
And I've heard these girls will say stuff like, "Well, you're looking."
Yeah, because I want to throw up.
Yeah, just because I'm looking at your enormous exposed tits, that doesn't mean I like them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like driving by a car wreck, if I were to see a 6-year-old boy's head smashed and run over by an SUV, just because I can't look away, that doesn't mean I like the way it looks. I went to go see Toy Story 3.
My bad.
I don't mean to spoil the movie for anybody, but Andy dies.
Does he get AIDS?
Andy gets AIDS in Toy Story 3 from a gay orgy. He got drunk. He went up to
at college.
The plot of this is it shows Andy leaving his parents in the beginning, his mom's house.
Yeah, his single mom.
Where the fuck is Andy's dad?
His mom's a single mom.
So the opening scene is just Andy going, "I'm out of here, Mom, fuck off!" And Andy drives off to his college.
Smoking weed.
Andy gets to college, and the first thing, he opens the door to his new apartment. And his roommates, who he's never met, are in there. They go, "Hey, Andy, rub this on your tongue." Andy starts fucking all these dudes. It's a big, giant orgy.
Wow.
It's like gays and lesbos and normals, and they're all just intertwined fucking.
That's weird.
And then Woody shows up, but it's not Woody. It's Andy's dick with a cowboy hat on it. And he goes, "Check out my Woody!" If you like what you hear, head on over to greenlightshow.com. You can find out everything about the show right from the homepage. greenlightshow.com.
All right, so we had some feedback from our last episode about we were talking about watching TV versus podcasts. You remember that debate we had? So Dean from Australia was saying that podcasts require effort on the part of the listener to actually subscribe and download.
I agree.
So they're actually doing it because they want to and not just because it's on and they're invested in the show.
Well, that's great, but I want something where like people like can just like passively find their show and like do nothing, because I feel like most people do nothing to find their entertainment. That's why cable television still rules.
Yeah, that's true. Although we did get a couple new people join the Facebook group. And
okay, so the Facebook group of Breaking Sanity now has 343 likes and 380 people talking about it.
Yeah, we're blowing up.
I don't believe we are blowing up. What happened, Jay?
Are you suggesting that I paid somebody money to have people join our group?
I'm suggesting nothing else possibly could have happened besides you paying people money. Let's explain what happened.
Well, that may or may not have happened.
Well, hypothetically, how we would have gone from 30 to 343 people in a 5-day span.
Hypothetically, I might have stumbled upon this site called Fiverr, and it's basically a site of things people will do for $5. And one person said he would get 300 likes for your page.
You have to think like they must filter all the stuff out, because there's probably a third of all entries is hand job, $5.
Yeah. There's some really creative things in there too.
So to explain it again? Explain what you paid for?
He said he would get 300 likes to whatever Facebook group or page you have. So I did, and he did.
I can't believe he did, though. And it looks like, because I don't understand how you would have gotten 300 people to sign up suddenly for your website.
It's got to be a hack where he's just adding them and they don't know.
It's the most random. You can see the group of people who are liking it, and they look like real people. You click on the people, and they actually have their own page and stuff. So I can't imagine for $5 he set up 300 web pages, or even for $5 he went on and clicked 300 times.
It's got to be some sort of hack.
Yeah, there has to be something where so you said that so have 300 people, are they all stayed in the group, or are they leaving the group?
No, I put up one post and 14 people left. So they're probably I didn't sign up for this. I'm out of here. So basically they're tricking people into to join this group, basically. Yeah. We got some real ones right before I did that, though. We got 5 or 6 real ones. And then I did that. It's kind of funny, though. How people are what the fuck's Brink of Sanity? Yeah, exactly. Immediately goes back down to it goes down from you get 300, and 2 weeks later they're all gone. We'll find out. We're just start posting so much stuff in there and just see how people react. Yeah, let's start posting in there more often and see what happens. We got a couple voicemails from last episode too.
Oh, okay. Are you just,
not
is
everyone
this
was
like you doing like fake voices
I went to Fiverr and they said I will leave 3 voicemails for your podcast.
for $5? Okay, so tell us. So,
Voicemail number 1.
This is the Indigo Listeners, the Brink and Sandy Show. I like the show. Give you a review of something good. I like them. It's funny stuff. I haven't actually gotten a chance to listen to the old back episodes. I've only been listening for like a week, but keep up the good work, guys. Also, I was listening to a couple old episodes, but not like old, just like 2 weeks old. You're talking about how you've been having low ratings, low download numbers.
So it could be like any episode ever because we say that every episode.
every episode, our ratings blow. No, I mean the opposite. We get millions and millions of downloads. You should advertise on our website.
I understand your frustration. Oh, I can't do a Beavis impersonation. Terrible. Okay, then.
Well, could you rewind? What did he say?
He said, I understand your frustration in saying it the way Beavis would say it. And he said, I can't do a Beavis impersonation. It's terrible.
Could you call into the show? We'd love to interview you and find out what language you speak. I'm just kidding, but thank you so much for the feedback. Every time we get someone that says that they like the show, we decide for that week not to quit and give up on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the other one?
I think they're all from the same person, but we'll play them.
I think I know on if it's like your forum and stuff, it's overloaded with spam. I shouldn't have put down my mouth. I'm trying to make a call. You guys gotta get rid of all that spam. Terrible. At Dylan523 on Twitter.
So I don't know if he was eating spam. He said something about taking something out of his mouth. He was talking about our forums because they're covered in spam.
Oh yeah, they are.
So I don't know what to do about that. I set it to have like an email confirmation to activate when you register, and I set it for the highest, letter number combination thing that you have to type in. So those are like the most difficult settings you can put it on to register for the forums. And I was deleting about 50 spam accounts a day until I just got fed up and I let the spam take over. So now, there's like billions and billions of spam accounts just putting up spam posts, and I don't know how to stop that.
I'm right on the Fiverr page. It says, I will write whatever you want in my face for $5.
See, it's a great site.
That's pretty funny. I will create a video testimonial wearing boxing gear for $5. I will send you 3 handmade keepsake Christmas cards.
That's for like a really lonely person.
I will create a bowl made from vinyl record. I will make an HD video of my lucky parrot holding your message for $5.
You see, there's some like really creative ones in there. Pretty cool.
I will rap a 16-line verse about anything you want for $5.
That might be funny.
I will paint any design in a non-woven bag for $5. I will turn your kid into a cartoon mascot for $5.
We should get him to write a Brink of Sanity rap.
I will send you 5 gorgeous pictures of my girlfriend holding your message for $5.
Do we get to see a picture of the girlfriend first?
Oh, yeah, the picture's on here.
Oh, okay. I bet she doesn't know about this. We got one more voicemail.
It's from the same guy, right?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Just calling in as I'm listening to the show. I'm almost finished. I don't make this one long voicemail. Now, why didn't you do TV stuff, TV reviews for that show Good Vibes on MTV? It's terrible, by the way. Ugh. Or that one show that's on the same block as Suburgatory. There's another show on there, like The Middle or something.
Oh.
And that's it.
I didn't know about Good Vibes or whatever. We had
I've never heard of that either.
We had a list of all the new shows, and I didn't see that. I don't know where it came from. I saw a minute or two of it. It's on right before or after Beavis and Butthead, and yeah, it looks like a train wreck. And we had enough train wrecks.
What's the premise?
It just looks like a bunch of teenagers that are always on spring break, but it's like the most horribly animated cartoon ever.
Oh, it's a cartoon. Oh, great.
Yeah, it just looks really, really bad. So I'm glad we didn't watch that one. And The Middle is in its second season, and our rule was it had to be a new show.
Yeah.
Actually, The Middle might be on its third season. I think it started with Modern Family.
I thought In the Middle was new.
In the Middle?
Or I don't know. Middle? What's it called?
Well, there was a show called The Middle that was on. Remember that Fox started that big comedy block 3 years ago. That was The Middle, Cougar Town, Modern Family, and like one other show.
Is Cougar Town still in the air?
I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't seen any.
I only know Modern Family is still in the air. I know it's like a popular one.
Anyway,
it's kind of funny.
This experiment has been torture, and we don't need more bad shows. So I'm glad we missed The Middle.
Yeah,
from what I saw of it, it was just bad.
Yeah, I guess we've kind of given it, like, Alan Gregory was pretty bad. Everything was pretty bad, except for American Horror. That was a pretty good show.
Well, this girl at work told me she saw the third episode of Alan Gregory.
Yeah.
And she said it was, like, the worst thing ever. So apparently the show is just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of came up with, like, an outrageous premise. The idea was, and the premise itself, like, they didn't really, they were like, okay, we got a premise. Should we write some jokes? Oh, we got a premise.
It's not even that outrageous of a premise. It's just a spoiled kid.
I don't know, but they were like, oh, it's unique because it has gay adopted parents, and one of the parents is not really gay or something.
Yeah, and they're really, really not funny. I feel like the gay dad is supposed to be hilarious, but
yeah,
but not at all. So anyway, yeah, we're done with all these shows, and I guess it'll be up for debate whether we do it next year or not, or whether we do this podcast next year.
Well, again, instead of doing Alan Gregory, they should just do a cartoon about Sandusky. Would that be appropriate in cartoon form?
I don't think it'll be any less appropriate than what they do on South Park or Family Guy.
Did you hear they kicked out the Occupy Wall Street protesters?
Yeah, they like threw away all their tents and blankets and broke some laptops and then said, all right, you could come back in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, way to go, government.
The government was like shouting, land at the free, now get the hell out.
Yeah. We're just going to come in and break and throw out your stuff, and then you can come back in when you're really cold and homeless.
So you know what's annoying me is that a lot of the protests, so they have Occupy like everywhere. Occupy Columbia, not Columbia, but I mean like Occupy Columbia, Ohio, or Occupy, or Missouri, I guess. Occupy Oakland, California.
Yeah.
And the cities are complaining that it costs too much money because they're costing the cities too much money because they have to have all these police around, Occupy Detroit, all these places, and they're costing them too much money in like police overtime. So the big complaint is when Americans exercise their right of free assembly and freedom of speech, it's too expensive.
But they don't have to surround them with angry cops.
Yeah, you know what you could do? If you don't want to pay all that money for Occupy, to like surround the Occupy New York Occupy Wall Street protesters, leave them the fuck alone.
It's not like it's a violent protest. They're like sitting in a tent. You really don't need all that stuff.
You know what you want to do? You like, not to sound like a crazed liberal, but take those police and have them arrest the bankers, and you can get money from them, and that'll actually pay for.
Or you know what they could do? They could actually arrest people who are committing crimes, and then they could use that money. Just hand out tickets. Just hand out tickets. Everyone, you know, we have a no honking rule in the city, and every car just drives with one hand on the horn. Pull them all over, give them all tickets.
So there's this judge in Brooklyn, this guy, Judge Rankoff, and he's getting a lot of notoriety because he's actually like standing up to the banks. Mm-hmm. And so the SEC, which is supposed supposed to monitor the fraud and when the banks commit wrongdoing. I guess so. Recently, there's a case against Citibank, and basically it's similar to that case against Goldman Sachs. You know the Abacus deal? Do you remember that? Basically, what they were doing, they were packaging these like mortgage-backed securities, but they were packaging them. The goal they did was to package the shittiest like bunch of securities that were destined to fail, and then sold to investors and telling them it was a good investor, and then they bet against the investors. So the idea was when the investors lose money, they would make a lot more money off of it. And so, great idea. Anyhow, so committed outright fraud, and they lost their investors $700 million. The SEC saw this and said, we'll settle for Citi for $120 million, and Citi admits no wrongdoing. And the judge said, I don't understand. They lost the investors $700 million. Why are we settling for less than they stole? And why are they admitting no wrongdoing when they clearly committed fraud? So he won't let them settle, and the SEC has to like renegotiate the settlement.
Good.
And they were like basically. This is basically like someone goes rob like a convenience store, and he's like, I robbed $1,000, and the police are like, tell you what, you don't admit you robbed the store, and we'll take $200 and keep the rest. Like, how insane is that? Like, and they basically show like this is what happens every time the banks commit fraud, is that like the banks get to keep most of the money. They have to give some of it back and not admit any wrongdoing.
That's just amazing.
So the police could just police that instead of spend your money on that instead of the Occupy Wall Street protesters who are just sitting around in tents, hanging out, singing Kumbaya.
This country is just really messed up.
I mean, like, I guess because like everyone seems so pissed about the Occupy Wall Street protesters, and I guess because they're actually going after like the people that control the country.
They're like, wait a sec, they figured out our scam.
They're going after the fraud. You're going after the people that are like the corrupt. The corrupt are like, can't shine a light on us. Isn't there gay marriage going on? Go after that.
On a lighter note, have you bought your flirty apron?
I'm actually a co-investor.
I came across the site flirtyaprons.com.
Explain.
And, well, it's supposed to be modern-styled aprons that are supposed to get your husband very horny. Yet they have child's aprons, too, so I don't know.
And this will get your child horny.
The testimonials. The first time I wore this apron, my husband walked in the door from work, looked at me with wide eyes, and said, wow, that is sexy. So you go on here, and they're just like normal aprons, really. Not really sexy.
Well, I'm sure actually a real-life testimonial would be, I love my flirty apron. When I wore it for the first time, my husband came home wide-eyed and said, oh, my God, you're making dinner?
I love the animal print, and it makes me feel adventurous in the kitchen.
Adventurous enough to, like, make dessert?
I like to say my apron gives me special powers. This is ridiculous. I don't really have anything else. That's just really, I find this really funny. Anyway, that was a stupid thing to bring up.
It's kind of, they have men's aprons also.
Flirty men's aprons. Lovely.
There's no testimonial from the guys.
No. They would have to hand in their man card if they did that.
I am 10 years old. I feel like a sex freak when I wear my apron.
Daddy always grabs my hiney when I wear my flirty apron.
I wore my apron, and it finally turned on the assistant coach at the Penn State football team. Thank you, apron, for getting me raped in the shower.
I'm from a small town called Snellville, Georgia. I just want to share with each of you why I love my flirty apron.
I'm very, very surprised of the accent on somebody who would buy a flirty apron, by the way.
I really don't know how to cook, and
Here's
it
another
might be
shocker.
crazy for a girl from the South, but I'll fess up to it. But at least I look good while I cook in my apron, right?
Unless she doesn't know how to cook.
The really awesome thing is that when I do cook with my apron on, it's almost like it gives me special powers because I actually bake things, and it comes out somewhat normal. So I always say that my apron gives me special powers. I definitely love my flirty apron.
Yikes.
It didn't even say, like, he'd turn on her husband. It was just like, oh, I don't burn the pot roast when I wear the apron.
Well, I burn it a little, but it's edible.
It gives me special powers to actually do housework. Sometimes in my apron, I clean the toilet and the shower.
This apron is magic, and you will be a wizard if you buy this apron.
And sometimes in my apron, I cry because my husband's begging his secretary.
When I wear my apron and my husband is 4 hours late for dinner and he smells like perfume, I feel a little bit sexier.
They should have a whole, like, different line of, like, adjectives describing the aprons. Like, they have, instead of having sexy apron, they should have, like, I guess flirty aprons. They should have, like, bitchy aprons also. When I wear my apron, I feel great because I can be mean to my husband and there's nothing he can do about it because I'm wearing an apron. Abusive mom apron. I made my kid the pot roast. He didn't eat the entire pot roast, so I beat the crap out of him. Thank you, apron.
Abused mom apron. This black and blue print covers up my real black and blues.
Wearing the apron reminded me to get the pot roast, get the chicken cutlets out of the oven in time so my husband didn't beat the crap out of me again.
So I didn't have an accident and, quote, fall down the stairs, unquote.
The red in the apron helps blend in for the red of the rest of my body from the blood.
We should start a business. If I win the Powerball, we're going to start a business like that.
So we're not going to do a Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, we're doing that too.
Okay, cool.
It's the Powerball. It's like $200 million.
Which will probably be like 3 Super Bowl commercials to be done.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like going to go to Google. You know Google? I got 3 Super Bowl commercials. Why are you throwing the word podcast? Go crazy. Throw in like a ton of words. And Google can come back to you like, that was $500 million, Jack. It's been an hour. Yeah, well, we put it on like YouTube things. You know, YouTube's pretty... A lot of people download YouTube.
You know all our mystery sites that just siphon money from you? Yeah, we put it on there.
So they don't tell you where, like, this mystery thing, they don't tell you where it's been used? Or where people see it?
They do for the keywords. I don't see anywhere where it says where this other thing is.
So you've invested in keywords from or Google words from Google, and you got 300 people to sign up for the Facebook site. Mm-hmm. How many extra downloads do we have?
I'm refreshing right now. 3.
Nice. We get more than 3. I know we said we would complain about, but we get more than 3 listeners.
Oh, no, we have more than 3. This is 3 more than our normal.
So those 3 people, hopefully they're popular and will tell all their friends about it. Hopefully one of them is a valedictorian at their high school. So when they're giving the valedictorian speech, they can say, you guys should listen to Brink of Sanity. And everyone will be like, oh, that guy must be smart. He's a valedictorian. So they'll listen also.
For another $5, the same guy will add 400 the second time.
Oh. So you get like a... Is there like a thing like buy 40,000, buy 300 4 times, and you get the last 400 free?
Yeah, maybe I'll just give him a 50 and just be like, fill it up.
So like he's like, okay. Like suddenly we have like 50,000 likes. We're like the most popular thing on Facebook.
Our downloads go up by 6.
They're like the 3 most popular fan pages on Facebook. Let's see. We have the fan page for Google, the fan page for Justin Bieber, and the fan page for Brink of Sanity.
That would be funny. I don't even know if the Facebook groups have a ranking or anything like that.
I have no idea.
I went to browse groups, and it's like it's stuff your friends like, and then it's stuff like corporations like YouTube and Google and stuff. So I don't know.
Do you think like any of those corporations do like it really helps them to have the Facebook page? Like Tide laundry detergent probably has a Facebook page, And when people click on I like Tide, how does that really help?
I don't get it either. I also don't get these places that have Twitters. It's like the laundromat around the corner from me has Twitter. Like,
yeah,
why
every
am I
random place is like, follow me on Twitter. Sal's Pizza shop says, follow me on Twitter. I'm like, what the hell are you even posting on Twitter?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have pizza.
Still have pizza. Still selling pizza. We put mushrooms on the pizza. Come on down.
Today's special, pepperoni.
30 minutes or it's going to be longer.
Yes. 30 minutes or you wait.
You know that's illegal? They outlawed that, the 30 minutes or it's free things.
Why?
They outlawed it because of, I guess, people got the delivery men got into car accidents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think, I'm not positive. I think someone might have died.
Once I stopped at a stop sign in front of a pizza delivery guy for like 3 minutes.
Just to fuck with him?
Yeah. Yes, I'm being followed by Astoria Laundry.
Can you go to Astoria Laundry's Twitter page and see what they're posting?
Free at Astoria Laundry between 9:30 and 11 today. Get free dry cleaning for up to 12 dress shirts. Tell a friend. And apparently...
Wait, 12 dress shirts for free?
Free dry cleaning, yeah, for 12 shirts.
That sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God I'm following that on Twitter.
I mean, you have to follow them on Twitter and see that post, like, right before they do it. But that's all they post. It's just that. Like, every 4 days, there's, like, an hour window where you can run there and drop off shirts.
You know, on the Flirty Aprons, on the kid page, like 3 of the 7 aprons are out of stock. Or maybe 3 of like the 10 or 4. Like, it looks like an unusually number of them are out of stock. Is it Flirty Aprons for children like really this popular?
Do you think they even deliver north of the Mason-Dixon line?
I feel like there's always a joke. Like they get their first order and people are like, "My delivery didn't come," and you're like, "It wasn't a real website, you idiot."
You ever hear The Onion? That was kind of like that.
Actually, Onion had a really funny post today. They were like, they found out the American contractors were overbilling them for torturing soldiers for torturing in Iraq. They were like, the going rate for torturing Iraq is much less than this. It was kind of funny.
I liked the article the other day about the guy who gets mad because his girlfriend makes him do stuff.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I will film your message in the jungle for $5. I will give you some advice or someone else, LOL, for $5. I will doodle something, draw a comic for $5. I will write a song about anything for $5. That song's not bad. Mm-hmm. I will give you a domestic partnership wedding for $5. There's so many on here.
Yeah, I mean, I get lost on that because some of them are like really funny.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I will write any message on my lips and take a high-res photo for $5. I will capture an HD stunning photo holding your message for $5.
So next week when you've spent $200 on this crap, you're going to be mad at me?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of like random... I will send you my newborn baby for $5. I get that one may not have been true. I will overthrow your government for $5.
I will fly a plane into your neighbor's building for $5.
I will plan an intricate assassination attempt on your boss for $5.
So, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com is our email. 631-676-1181 is the voicemail. Thank you for leaving voicemails.
You said we got a message on the group also, right?
Yeah, that was the podcast versus TV thing.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Yeah. Yeah, join the Facebook group, subscribe on iTunes, do all that crap. We do 1001 rants on the website, brinkofsanityshow.com.
We're really far into it.
If you want to contribute a guest rant, you can email it to thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. And we will pick a lucky winner, and you'll have your rant posted. And then we could link to your Facebook or Twitter or something, give you credit for it.
And for $5, we will solve your rant. Whatever your rant is. If you're like, I hate them Latinos, we'll get rid of the Latinos for $5. Whatever your $5, whatever your complaint is.
We will occupy Wall Street.
We will get rid of all elephants from Texas, if that's what your problem is.
We're good like that.
Yeah, I don't know if there are a lot of elephants in Texas.
The only thing we will not do is get rid of all the spam posts on our website, because I have no idea how to do that.
Do you know there are a lot of kangaroos in Georgia?
Georgia, Australia? Georgia,
as in the United States. Actually, the second highest population of kangaroos is in Georgia. Obviously, Australia's one, and Georgia's two.
Are you serious?
There's some kind of I never actually made it when I lived down there, but there's like an hour or two outside of Atlanta. There's a sanctuary. I don't know what it's called, like some like farm area where like they have tons of kangaroos.
Weird.
Okay. Yeah, I'll type it into Google. Kangaroos, Georgia.
That was the most random comment of the day.
There's a kangaroo conservatory center in Georgia.
Okay.
See, when you listen to Brick of Sanity, you learn a lot of interesting facts.
Yes, if you could separate the facts from all the lies, you might actually learn something. It's like part of the game.
Do you think I'm telling the truth or not about the kangaroos?
I think you are.
I know it's sad. I don't know if it's sad that I know that or sad that I brought that up.
A little of each.
It's only something I found out recently, so it's like a recent fact I want to share. I've known this for years, and I randomly brought this up. I haven't even said this for years.
Are you like really sleep deprived and just insane?
Of course I am. Our baby goes it's like you're like rolling the dice for whether he'll sleep like each night. I have no idea anymore how to get him to sleep.
That sounds like no fun. You tried keeping him awake all day?
That actually doesn't work. Actually, that's actually the worst thing you can do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'd think like you keep them awake, they'll be more tired and they'll fall asleep. But if they get overtired, then they can't fall asleep.
I've actually had that happen to me.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been so tired that like I'm just frustrated and can't sleep now.
Yeah, I mean they basically get insomnia when you get them too tired. So they say that the worst thing to do is try to keep them awake. So do you cry a lot when that happens to you, and do you need to be wrapped up in a blanket like a burrito to help you get to sleep?
That definitely helps.
I think that would help.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's okay. I was talking to a friend of mine who her baby's like 5 months older, and she mastered him getting to sleep, but then he started crawling, and so when she puts him out in the crib, he just starts crawling and crawls right into to the walls of the crib, and so immediately it crawls into the wall of the crib, bangs his head, and starts crying. And every time she puts him down, he just keeps doing that, and he won't sleep. And I'm like, this is what we're waiting for.
Can't you just put cushioning on it?
They actually they have a thing called bumpers for the crib. You put cushioning on the sides, and so first they said you can't do that because they caught so everything is somehow linked to the baby. Somehow the baby will find a way to keep off himself anyway.
Or everything just results in the baby dying.
Yeah, so some baby must have killed himself with the bumpers. So now they say they still sell them, but they recommend against using bumpers because somehow babies died of the way. They recommend instead breathable bumpers. Because somehow the baby's getting their face caught in the bumper and they suffocate. So the breathable bumpers you can get caught in, but then you can breathe because it's not doesn't prevent the air from going through. But then recently they said those are bad also because somehow babies kill themselves using that also. They don't explain how the babies kill themselves. The babies are really imaginative how they kill themselves. So now we had to get rid of we had the breathable ones. We can't use the breathable ones now. So now he's just going to run into the crib and bang his head a couple of times, and somehow that won't kill him.
You would think there would be no babies left if it was that easy to have your baby kill himself.
Oh my God! I mean, there's so many ways, and this So you've heard of SIDS, right?
Yeah.
So SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome.
That's where, like, nothing happens. Your baby just dies even when it's not trying to kill itself, which
So
apparently it does most of the time.
I read a little bit on the Wikipedia page on this is actually pretty interesting. Doctors have no clue what leads to SIDS. And yet, what Jason said, your baby just suddenly dies one day. And it's the scariest thing because you're like, anything they say, this might lead to SIDS, saying that product is no longer sold. People freak out. Like, you don't know what to do because you're like, randomly, some baby's just going to die. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. And they're like, yeah, that happens, I guess. And we have no explanation.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a lot of sleep when I have a kid.
And there were theories. Like, the one theory was that this doctor or scientist, I don't know, his theory was that it happens more often in, like, the second and third children than the first child. And what he was thinking was people usually reuse the mattresses, and there was some, like, chemical or something that breaks down in the mattress that results in the baby dying.
That's crazy.
But they're not even. He couldn't prove it. Then there's another one where when the babies are first born, it happens. When it does happen, it's usually in the first like 10 weeks or so. So once you get past like the 8 to 10 week mark, usually you're more in the clear. But like everyone's still worried about it. But initially they can't really lift their heads up very much. Actually, they can barely lift their necks up. And so the theory was when the babies breathe, if they're on their stomach, they immediately breathe in the carbon dioxide they just breathed out. And so they basically like asphyxiate themselves the way you would do like in a car, you turn on a car in a garage. Mm-hmm. But that's also, they say that why when the babies can't sleep on their stomach, they sleep on their backs. But they say sleeping on the stomachs is actually worse for development. And sleeping on the back is worse for development because they don't get a good night's sleep. Because it's just uncomfortable sleeping on your back versus your stomach.
So what do you put them on the side?
No, you put them on their back and just like hope for the best.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Our baby can get on his side now. He can kind of like he can roll over from his back to his front, and that usually comes first, and then that comes from your back to your stomach. Mm-hmm. And once they can do both, you can let them sleep on their stomach because they can roll over, so it should be fine. Mm-hmm. And he's so close to rolling over, so he gets onto his side, and you just like tip over. He can't figure out how to tip over, so he actually ends up like doing the full rollover. But that's just from the back to the stomach.
Right.
The other way, he can do stomach to the back, but he doesn't know how he does it. All he seems to have figured out is that when he lifts his head up one way, he'll eventually tip over and roll over, but he can't figure out that he's figured out step one, but he hasn't figured out step two because he can only do the rolling over once in a while. Mm-hmm. Like he'll do it, and then you put him back on his stomach, and he can't figure out how to do it again.
He's getting there.
Yeah, maybe my child's like as bright as I am, so. But yeah, kangaroos. That's why I made the comment about kangaroos, but I haven't slept in months.
Sounds like fun.
What's new with you, Jay?
Not too much. I got into grad school, so...
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm going to be going for my master's.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Baruch, get my master's in tax. So that'll be fun. It'll be my busy season of work where I'm usually there 11 hours a day, and I'll add on 2 master's classes on top of that.
The Baruch, that's where the business school is, right?
Yeah.
You know what you got to do? Mm-hmm. Across the street from the business school is Ralph's Italian Ices. Have you been to Ralph's? Or are you from Long Island?
I have not been to Ralph's.
Have you not been? You're from Long Island, though. You've never been to Ralph's?
No, I was never an Italian ice connoisseur.
Oh, I love Italian ices, and Ralph's is like the greatest Italian ice on earth. Well, and their one location in New York City is right across the street from Baruch College, the business school.
Well, I will definitely have to have it then.
Yeah, you got to hit that. It's worth getting your grad degree alone, just for the fact of like easy access to Ralph's.
I'm worried about staying awake. I haven't been taking classes for like 10 years, and I didn't stay awake 10 years ago.
I will go to class for you at Baruch College and get you passing grades for $5. So you're gonna. What time is class?
I don't know. I can't even register until like December 15th or something.
So you're gonna go through an entire day of work and then go to class?
Yeah.
And you're gonna learn about. You do tax, right? So you're gonna learn about tax.
Yeah, I really don't know how this is gonna work.
I don't know how you're possibly gonna stay awake.
I have no idea.
You're like, well, it's a long day, but when I get to class, we're learning about, tax. That should be exciting.
And I would say I would just drink a lot of coffee, but then you got to go to the bathroom. So, like, I don't know what to do. I guess I could just get a seat by the door and slip out. Have a vat of
You know what you should do after you get your tax degree? Go to, like, grad school and just learn about, like, Beowulf. Like, each day they just read you Beowulf. Like, just try to find, like the most boring subjects possible for them to, like, talk to you about and try to stay awake.
I will try to stay awake during your class for $5.
Would that be a good show, like on like the new chat, like a new like game show? How long can you stay awake? And when things are really boring, like take like 5 contestants, and make them stay for 24 hours, and then like teach them tax law and see who like stays awake the longest.
That'd be kind of a funny show. You could put funny things like surrounding them, so if they like fall out of their chair, you know, they fall into like pies and.
It'd be kind of like you can put like those like a blind date. They put all the comments in.
Yeah.
You put funny comments in also.
People would be like drooling and snoring.
Today we're going to learn about the American deficit. People are like, oh, fuck, I'm never going to stay awake for this.
That's what they need to bring back, the crazy reality shows. Not like everything now is just like a housewife where they're just like shopping and complaining.
Yeah.
We need more like we got to bring back the dating shows and like just the ridiculous ones. Like, did you see Hurl?
But what's Hurl?
They make you eat a bunch of food and then go on a ride and not throw up.
Wait, is this on now?
It got canceled. It was a real show though. They would be like, all right, eat a bucket of cream corn and now go on the tilt-a-whirl. And, like, there'll be 4 people. One of them would throw up. And they're like, all right, well, now you have to eat a bunch of peanut butter, and then you have to go on a roller coaster. And then you just keep eating and going on things until you throw up.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of gross, but funny.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. But we need more shows like that.
Or I always like the idea of, like, doing the real world, but having, like an ex-clanman living with, 5 Black Panthers.
Yeah, I've been pushing for that for like a decade.
Yeah, they'll never do that.
No. The show's getting more and more unrealistic every season.
Or just follow, take a super, gay guy and move him to, Biloxi, Mississippi, and just follow his life.
Well, that was like our Survivor idea.
Yeah, that was kind of like Survivor.
The real Survivor.
The real Survivor. I don't know, what was our idea?
To just dump somebody in the middle of like a really bad neighborhood with no money and just see like how long he survives.
I kind of remember that, but I was thinking that maybe people are listening to our show are like, why are they just referencing ideas and not even explaining them?
No, that's good.
That's how we're gonna go. That's how we're gonna get to 5 million downloads.
Just say stuff nobody knows anything about.
So I can't believe there's no NBA season. I know we're on the Knicks show, but I can't believe the basketball's not happening right now.
Yeah, we have a basketball podcast, and the entire season is pretty much wiped out. So, you think we have nothing to talk about on this show? Just imagine what we're going to be talking about for a year about basketball with no basketball.
I will settle your labor negotiations with David Stern for $5.
So we tried making up basketball games last episode, which I think worked out for the one episode.
Well, you mean it worked out? No one even commented on it.
Our fan Greg said it was funny.
Oh, did he? Okay, cool. Then that's fine.
Yeah.
I wanted some person to say that, recognize the fact that we did a joke for the episode.
Yeah, I thought more than one person would acknowledge that, but. All right.
Well, there's no NBA season, so no one at least Brink, there's no season to get canceled.
Yeah. All right, so we got through an entire episode without the baby alarm going off. Pretty sweet.
Yeah. My wife is went in there twice, but he's sleeping. Yesterday suddenly he slept well, and today he's been okay so far.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure next show he'll stop sleeping again.
Well, I'm going to try our experiment and try and get through an episode of Walking Dead without falling asleep.
Maybe they should just, you know what they should do? like NBC, CBS, and like ABC should each show their fall like new shows to like one contestant, and see which contestant like doesn't kill themselves before the end of the episodes. NBC. Next we have Grimm. Oh God, he's done already. He killed himself.
There's going to be a lot of new shows because nothing's going to come back next year.
Yeah, on the positive side, this is good for the economy because they have to invest in new shows.
Yeah, that's true. Got to pay new writers and actors.
Because they're not going to invest, like, I can't imagine most of these shows coming back.
No, I wouldn't think most of them would.
Like Suburgatory, like, there's no way they're going to be like, let's go second season of this.
I don't know. I mean, got signed on for the full season really quick.
You really have to be completely out of ideas to go with that show.
You know what I can't stand in shows? When they have the corny music in the background. Like something amusing is supposed to be going on, and they have like the little kid like dun 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 dun. And it just, I don't know, it makes the show sound so cheesy.
I would prefer misplaced horror music. Like everything's like funny gonna happen, they play the music from like the Friday the 13th.
It's Ugly Betty does that. Suburgatory obviously does that.
Is that still in the air, Ugly Betty?
I don't know.
Was that a good show?
No, I don't know. I heard that music and I turned it off. I can't watch a show with that kind of corny music in the background.
Was Chuck a good show? Did you ever watch Chuck?
I heard it was good. I never saw it.
I was looking on Netflix. It wasn't on streaming, so I was like, screw it.
Yeah. I think this season's the last season.
Oh.
I don't know what. It could be the 5th. It could be the 2nd. I have no idea.
Who cares, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
I'm probably not going to. I mean, like, the thing is with streaming, I can at least, like, with no effort, just put it on. If I have to send away for the disc, I'm like, forget it.
Yeah.
There's more things I want to see.
Yep.
I can't believe you don't have streaming, though.
They didn't have anything I wanted.
They have Invader Zim.
Yeah, I own the box set. It comes in his house, and all the DVDs are in the house.
How many seasons are there?
3.
Yeah.
And they're all amazing.
I'm gonna keep checking it out. It's actually pretty funny.
It grows on you, too.
I can see the characters getting better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm barely into it also. I've barely watched it so far, but it's not bad. I was actually impressed by it so far.
All right.
We'll see how I like it going forward. Is there a season? Is the first season the best season, or is it like?
I think maybe the second one is.
Oh.
I don't know. Then first or second.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for listening. We will be back soon.
We love voicemails. We will play any voicemail, and we will. I don't know.
There was a 4th voicemail, but I didn't play it.
Why didn't you play the 4th voicemail?
It was just saying how his dad sold a car on Craigslist.
Maybe we could be the Craigslist. You if you need to sell something, we'll just advertise it on the show for free.
There you go.
My dad's selling a used pickup. Come to 3824 Clay Street, Biloxi, Mississippi.
We'll be back soon, folks.
I will create a Craigslist ad for you for $5.
I think I'm going to drink on the next episode.
You should.
Heavily.
You should.
Yeah, I definitely will. All right, I'll be back drunk in a couple days.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's over. Goodbye. This is the end. Say goodbye.